Okay, guys, we're going to have a little bit of an addendum to what we saw from the notes. So we're going to break angles into congruent and supplementary, okay? For congruent, we have a couple of options. We see these corresponding angles. That'll be your angles that have the same position, like 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8. These are corresponding angles, and they're going to be congruent to each other as long as the lines that are formed are parallel, okay? Other ones would be alternate interior. These would be your angles that are on the inside. Angle 4 and 6. Or angle 3 and 5. Congruent. Alternate exterior. So alternate sides of the transversal and on the exterior. That'll be angle 2 and 8. Or angle 1 and 7. So all those angles are going to be congruent to each other. So what does that mean with the other stuff? We still have supplementary angles, such as our same side interior. That'd be like angle 4 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 6. These are same side interior angles, which means they're on the same side of our transversal. So that's why they'd be supplementary. There's some other angles that would be supplementary as well. If you look at this, like you see angle 1 would be supplementary to angle 6. Now that doesn't have a named relationship, but they are supplementary. Because angle 1 is a big angle, angle 6 a little angle. So let's think about, what if you know one of the angles, okay? What if I knew that angle 1 was 105 degrees? Okay, so let's put that, 105. Let's think about this. Angle 1 is 105. Well, I have angle 2 and 4. Now angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. So angle 1, angle 2 are a linear pair. So they'd be supplementary. So if this is 105, then angle 2 has got to be, well, that's got to be 75. Okay? Now angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles, as are 1 and 3. So angle 4 over here would be 75 degrees as well. And angle 3 would be 105 degrees. You see what happens? We're using the vertical angle rule. Okay? So in a flash, we have all 4 of the angles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, the easiest thing to do is, well, what about corresponding angles? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 5, so this is 105. Angle 2 is congruent to angle 6, so that would be 75. This would be 105 again. This last one would be 75 degrees. So if you know one angle in one pair, you can figure out all the other angles from that one little piece of information. Pretty important. Second big takeaway, we're looking at angles that we know. We're looking at 2 types of angles here. We have an angle that has x, 4x minus 20 and x. We have angles that have a y in it, 4y and 2y plus 30. Now, since these lines are parallel to each other, lines are parallel, it's just a matter of identifying what type of relationship they are. Well, let's see, what are they? For this first one, 4x and minus 20 and x, if we think about it, these are really same side interior angles. Here's what I mean. If you kind of imagine extending the lines here a little bit. If you extend the lines a little bit like that, you can see how these are all part of a transversal. Okay? This is the transversal, and our parallel lines these are on the same side. So if we know that, these are same side interior angles, well, that means that we can use the same side interior angle postulate. But if I look over here for angle y and angle 2y plus 30, these are not same side. These are in fact alternate. And I didn't write that very well, but that's supposed to be alternate, A-L-T, interior. So these are not the same type of relationship. Same side interior angles will be supplementary, whereas alternate interior angles will be congruent. Okay? So I need to write two different equations. So my first equation is same side interior supplementary. Okay? My first angle is 4x minus 20. My second angle is x. These two angles have to add up to 180 degrees. Okay? To solve this, I'd need to combine my like terms. That'd be 5x minus 20 equals 180. Then I add 20 to both sides, so 5x equals 200. Then I divide by 5, x equals 40. Okay? So I end up solving for x equals 40, and I know that my two angles are correct. So this angle is going to be 40 degrees. Okay? Well, the other angle, I have a couple options. I can substitute x in there, or I can use the fact that these two angles are supplementary. 180 minus 40 is 140. So I'm actually able to find those two angles with relatively few problems. But my alternate interior angle is a little bit of a different issue. Since it's congruent, I can't type congruent, we have to look at a different equation. Okay, this means that my first angle, 4y, it's got to equal 2y plus 30. Okay, so subtract 2y from both sides. So now 2y equals 30. Divide by 2, y equals 15. So there I have my answer, y is equal to 15. Now when I go and substitute in here, 4y, 4 times y is 4 times 15 is 60, okay? So I know that my angle over here is 60 degrees. Well, this angle here is the same as that angle, so it's got to be 60 also. So you see, by using a couple of those theorems that we talked about, the same side interior angle postulate and the alternate interior angle theorem, we're actually able to determine, to set up equations and to solve them to find what the missing angles are. And that's really the whole purpose of, the whole point of this activity.